class. My name is Noah Potter. For my interpersonal concept, I wanted to talk a little bit about perception. Now, perception can make or break our ability to have productive conversations within an interpersonal relationship. And I think the relevance to us as students would be that a thorough understanding of the role of perception can allow us to excel in our ability to communicate with those interpersonal relationships. The main points I hope to cover is a concrete definition of perception. I hope to highlight different aspects of interpersonal communication that's influenced by perception. And I also hope to talk about how to optimally use perception within our unique interpersonal communication relationships. To define interpersonal communications, my source is verywellminds.com, and it discusses the impact of perception through examples. One of the quotes that I pulled from there says that take a moment to think of all the things you perceive on a daily basis. At any given moment, you might see familiar objects in your environment, feel the touch of objects and people against your skin, smell the aroma of a home-cooked meal, and hear the sound of music playing in your next-door neighbor's apartment. All of these things help make up your conscious experience and allow you to interact with the people and objects around you. As far as the definition of perception goes, I think that's really solid, and I think when we think of perception, and not only in a communication or interpersonal workplace environment, it shows the importance of perception and how it's not just the way we communicate with others, but it's everything around us. We can't only take in certain things. We're people who can be ambushed by different senses, and how all of that plays into the perception that we have during conversations. Different aspects of perception. LumenLearning.com actually gave 4 that I'd like to exemplify. There's bottom-up processing, which is a system in which perception is built from a sensory input, like I mentioned through our definition. There's unintentional blindness, which is a failure to notice something that is completely visible because of a lack of attention. Lumen Learning actually talks about perception. It says that's the way that sensory information is interpreted and consciously experienced. There's also top-down processing, which is an interpretation of sensations and is influenced by available knowledge, experiences, and thoughts. So different aspects of interpersonal communication, like we read about bottom-up and top-down processing, are different ways to view things that we're taking in, whether we're conscious about it or not. And all of these things throughout a conversation or any interaction that we can have with a peer or fellow employee, really anyone that we talk to, can influence our perception and allow us to better understand or not understand not as well. How perception influences interpersonal communication. My source for this third main point is SMB Advisors, and they kind of mention how non-spoken communication, including body language, tone, facial expressions, intonation, use of inflections, all these things can deliver varying meanings in the same sentence. This third point is trying to prove how we can use our perception or the way that others perceive us within our interpersonal relationships and the way that we communicate with them. And I think it's important that we realize that not only the ways that we speak and the things that we say, but everything going around us is going to affect how people understand us or don't understand us as well. These main points, I hope, have proved my thesis that perception is one of the most important interpersonal concepts that there is. And thanks for listening.